It's a beautiful day when the team goes on the road, takes on a first-place Chicago Cubs team who scores a whole bunch of runs. Your starter gets off to a really rough start, and you find a way to pull that one out of the fire and win the game. Beating the Cubs today, Cal Raleigh with 2 more home runs. I mean, I'm running out of things to say about him. I honestly don't know what to say about him anymore. He's amazing.
I've loved Cal all along, so I kind of knew this was going to happen.
Yeah,
you're ridiculous.
Quite a prognosticator you are.
And he gets a stolen base today.
Yeah, pretty soon they're going to start paying attention to him on the base paths.
No, you're right about that, definitely. But that just looked like it was going to be just a blowout. I mean, they've got some great hitters in Chicago, and there's a reason why they're first place. And you look at like Crow Armstrong and Dansby Swanson, and these guys are all just lighting it up. And
they've scored more runs than anybody in the league besides the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, and the whole time when we're behind 4-zip or whatever it was, I was like, yeah, this is what a lineup should look like. I mean, we don't really have that, and there's like 5 or 6 guys that are kind of, we always talk about supporting, Cal, and it has to be Julio, and then Rosarena, and everybody stepped up, man. But also you get a lot of stuff from some people, and shame on you people for wanting to get rid of Donnie Barrels. Texting in yesterday.
He heard it. He wanted to show you why he was the one who survived the roster move. The roster move was made to bring Luke Raley back off the IL. He comes back, gets a hit, and they DFA Rowdy Tellez. So we'll see what goes on there. But we'll get into all that. But what a day for Cal Raleigh.
Here's Cal Raleigh swinging a fly ball into the gap in left center field. Well hit. And this one is gone. Goodbye baseball, or off the top of the fence. It is gone. Goodbye baseball. It hit the top of the brick wall above the basket, bounced onto the playing surface. Cal Raleigh with his 28th home run of the season jumps on the first pitch to him from Boyd. The Mariners lead 1-0. Number 28 for Cal. He leads all of Major League Baseball with number 28. He now has 61 runs batted in, and the incredible season continues for Cal Raleigh.
So getting him off to a good start, but he said, "Yeah, I think I'd like another one."
Here's the pitch to him. Swung on, crossed, left field. This is on its way. It is gone out of the ballpark. Cal Raleigh has done it. He stands alone. The most first-half home runs for a catcher in baseball history. Number 29 is out of the yard, and the Mariners have taken the lead. It is 6-4. Cal Raleigh, the season of Cal continues. He is simply unbelievable.
So he broke Hall of Famer Johnny Bench's 1970 record for home runs by a catcher before the All-Star break. So there you go.
Well, and then afterwards they were asking him. Brad Adam was asking him about his meeting. He said he got to spend a couple hours with Johnny Bench, and that was just his hero growing up. And so it must just be surreal for him right now. And I think that's 19 home runs from the left side and 10 from the right.
That would still be 29. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's amazing what he's doing, and we'll get into it, but we talked to Mike Petriello, and he kind of did a whole breakdown, and you saw a little bit of that, like Cal's getting out in front of the pitch, and it increases his bat speed and all these metric things, and it's playing out for Cal.
Yeah, he just a little more context about that. So he breaks Johnny Bench's record. He did it in 73 games. Bench set that mark in 87 games.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see where he ends up before the All-Star break. Now, home runs before the All-Star break in Mariners history, no surprise, your leader, Ken Griffey Jr., hit 35 in 1998. He hit 33 in 1994. That's second on the list. He's also third on the list, hitting 30 in 1997. Cal is fourth on the list, tied with Jr. At 29. Jr. did that in 1999. So Jr. holds the top 4 spots. He's tied with him for that 4th spot. And we'll see. He's 6 bombs away. 6 bombs away. I don't know if he's going to get that many before the All-Star. He might. He might get him tomorrow night. I don't know. He's unreal. It's just what he's doing is just amazing. I mean, he had 34 home runs all of last season, and you're thinking that's a great year.
Yeah,
that was a big year, and he might be there by the All-Star break. He's setting the bar really high. He's setting the bar to where when he doesn't hit a home run in a stretch of 7-8 games, whatever it was, we're like, oh, so ever since that day off, cooled off a little bit.
Yeah.
Now he's back with a vengeance.
Yeah, and he's got 14 doubles now. So I mean, it's incredible what he's getting done. And yeah, like you said, you just can't say enough about him because you see him like he hits the home run, and then they show him in the dugout, and he's over there putting his catcher gear on, getting ready to get back out there, and it's got to wear you down. And he's just a tough dude, and man, it couldn't happen to a better guy as well.
You brought up Mike Petriello. We spoke with him, and he explained the factor that, in his opinion, has led to Cal Raleigh having this much success.
But with a lot of this new data we've been able to show that the speed of your bat is higher when you're pulling the ball, which I think makes sense, right? More time for the bat to move if it gets out head, as opposed to if you're trying to get it deep in the zone. And that can add, 4 miles an hour to your swing if you're pulling the ball. If you are a guy with power, like Cal Raleigh, and it works for your swing, which it clearly does, it makes a whole lot of sense. And like I said, he's doing that more than ever. You've all seen the results. And really the only risk there is if you try to do that, are you going to go nuts with strikeouts? And he's a guy who's going to swing and miss like any power hitter will. But, he's at like 26% or whatever last I looked, which is a little bit above average. And you can certainly live with that. It's when you get into that Joey Gallo range where it's like 35% strikeouts, 40% strikeouts, that it's too much and it's not worth the effort. But yeah, with the new data released this year, we could see that from one side. I think it was the right side. He makes contact further out in front of his body than anybody.
Yeah, from the right side. And Cal on his show back on May 29th talked about all the work he's put into hitting right-handed.
Overall, looking back, I didn't get a lot of ABs to start right-handed. So I was a little behind the 8-ball more so than I was on the left side. And, it just took a lot of work. It took an off-season. I remember the off-season of 23 going into 24. I made it, a big thing. Like, hey, I got to get better as a right-handed hitter. Like, obviously lefty is good and it feels good, but I need to become more of a weapon on the right side. And that way I'm not getting flip-flopped and, I'm, holding my end of the bargain there. So it all started there. Did a lot of work that off season. And, last year I saw it pay off a little bit, and then, continuing to hammer that stuff down and really just trying to be consistent with my work and my preparation and really just trying to keep that approach and realize that if I can do that and I could just hone that in every single day and stay there and not try to stray off the tracks, then I'll put it in a good spot and I'll be where I want to be from the right side.
It'll be interesting to watch as it heats up in the summer, the games start piling up. What happens with his pace? Like, do we see a steep decline? Because that's when catchers just across the board really start wearing it through the season. All the balls that are hitting them in the knees and the thighs and the hands and all that, and just the up and down on the knees, and they start numbers historically would start to fade a little bit as the months got warmer and you got towards the back end of the season. So I mean, he's on such a crazy pace right now. It'll be just interesting to watch and see can he sustain this through that. I mean, I can't hold him to this standard that he's going to hit 29, 30 home runs in the second half of the season. It's crazy what he's doing right now.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, what a smart guy. I mean, he really, there's a lot of stuff that goes into, his swing and everything. And this is a really interesting article, I thought, from Petriello, who we talked to. It's called Big Thumper, which I think I like better than Big Dumper.
You seem to be the only one bothered by it.
Yeah, I don't know. I know
he's your boy, but he's okay with it.
His mom is like, I'm kind of getting used to it.
Isn't her social media? Didn't he say her social media was like mom of Big Dumper or something
She's
like
come
that?
around, yeah.
Yeah,
she's embraced it.
Not the last one I saw. I think she was in like Cincinnati, and she was talking about, we're getting through it.
Dave's so protective.
You're so protective of Cal.
He really is. I don't like that one. I'm going to call him Big Thumper.
How do you think he gets his power? It's from his.
Oh, it comes from his his core. Yeah, there's no question.
His power source.
I don't know. You're naming him after his big butt. I mean, I don't know. There's just something disrespectful about it to me.
As long as he's good with it, I'm good with it.
I think he's okay with that. But no, I mean, what a smart guy. I mean, if you look at the article, he talks about the bat speed, and getting out in front, pulling the ball, and getting an extra 4 miles an hour. And usually I don't get into all of that stat stuff, but this one is interesting, and it kind of puts it in ways that most people can understand as far as all the metrics of how you're the swing path and things like that, and and they're writing about him. I mean, he is the one who is figuring this out, and talked about his mass and how it's like 40 inches or something, some measurement. It was like the highest that he's able to get to the ball faster and with better bat speed, and it's just very cool. And that's Cal. That's the work he did in the off season, and then like I said, he puts on all the gear and then goes out there, and all of his pitchers trust him and love him, and he's there for them, and it's amazing what he's doing. And I think just that side of it. He's stealing bases. He throws people out. I mean, he pretty much does everything. But just all the work that he puts in for the stuff that doesn't really, like framing pitches, things like that, there's not a whole lot of people aren't looking at, oh, wow, his pitch framing percentage, this and that. I mean, it's looking at home runs. It's looking at averages, things like that. And, I mean, he just I'll shut up now. I'll stop talking about how great Cal is, but I think he could play
I could go make a
linebacker.
sandwich, and Dave will be here talking about it. And the other thing about Cal is this. I don't know if you guys have considered this.
I think he might provide some depth at linebacker for the Seahawks, too. As soon